story tonight, another view on this. Joining us from Washington, Fox News analyst Laura Ingraham. Okay, so am I brilliant or a pinhead on this?
Somewhere in between pinhead and brilliant. Look, Bill, we love the watches in Switzerland. We love the Swiss people. We love the cheese, but not necessarily their approach to healthcare reform, okay? The idea that we have to cover everyone in the United States, everyone, every single person in the United States has to be covered. My answer to that is why? You know, if we have a 22-year-old recent college grad who doesn't want to spend $8,000 a year on health insurance, just doesn't want to, and company he's working for doesn't provide it, then why force him to take on coverage? Why not?
Do you want me to answer that question?
Okay, I thought I was going to be able to get this. Okay,
well, I mean, you're asking a question, I'm going to answer it, because it costs the nation so much to treat these people who are uninsured in the emergency rooms, as you know, the law requires that it's bankrupting our system. And it costs the nation because people have no health care, they have terrible habits, all right? Well, they get sick and they get treated, and the stats prove it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that's accurate. I think there are two groups of people in the uninsured category, right? And I think there's about 43% of those who are uninsured are voluntarily uninsured.
Absolutely right. But what happens to them when they get sick? Where do they go?
Well, they pay for it.
No, they go to the emergency room.
Bill, you're missing the forest through the trees. If you want to lower the cost of health care, that's a noble goal, and I think we can all agree on that. The way to do that is not to have more government mandates come down and choke the system. The way to do that is to give individuals more power over their own health care decisions, over their own coverage. And that's where smart plans, and these are Republican ideas, come into play. Tom Coburn, Richard Burr, they have great ideas about, you know, having this meta choice, which would be a tax rebate that goes to individuals and families that aren't covered. And it incentivizes smart decision making by individuals on health care.
I have no problem with any. I have no problem with any of that. I want to keep the private health care system in place, but the government has to provide oversight and make sure that the price gouging and the astronomical rise of everything, including aspirin. Even an aspirin in a hospital, they're going to charge you $10 for it. It's got to stop.
Well,
and by the way, the Swiss system works better than ours. Yeah. It works better than ours. Okay? It does.
I don't know what the mortality rates are in Switzerland, but it's better than Obamacare. I would grant you that.
I got to switch over to Sotomayor. You've been listening, as everybody has.
Sure.
Would you vote to confirm?
No, absolutely not. Sonia Sotomayor, over the last few days, has proven herself to be the David Blaine of judges, okay? This is a master illusionist because she has not walked away from 30 years of her views on judging. She has run away from them in the last few days, Bill. I mean, her views on affirmative action, her views on the living Constitution, that it should evolve over time, her views on judicial activism, her views on all these issues that are well established in her writings and well established in her speeches. I mean, it's like, well, what do you mean I said those things? I mean, she came across.
All right, so you're not buying her now. Miller said last night on this program that the Republican Party would be wise to simply say okay, because they're not going to stop her nomination anyway, and try to get goodwill with Hispanic Americans, which the GOP needs to make a comeback. You reply?
Well, if that's what you believe your constitutional role is, currying favor with one ethnic group or another, then yeah, I mean, just forget your constitutional role.
No, it doesn't matter what battles you fight. Do you fight the battle and lose the war?
No, Bill. Bill, you know what I believe? I believe in doing the right thing. And if you as a senator believe her approach to the Constitution, and if you didn't see Frank Ricci today testify and Mr. Vargas testify, the two firefighters, it should be required viewing for everyone.
Well, we are going to have the soundbite on that later, coming up in the Kelly file.
So, I mean, no.
Okay, listen, it's a legitimate question. Miller says, look, you got to fight your battles. You want to make a comeback, you need Hispanics. And you say you got to stand by principle at all times. Absolutely. I mean, you know, both have valid points. Laura, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Next on